I still remember the sound. Glass shattering against my skull. The laughter, the gasps, the music still playing as if nothing had happened. And my mother's voice, cold and sharp. Ungrateful. You'd rather watch your brother struggle than give him what you don't even need. I didn't answer. My head was bleeding, my vision darkening, but I stayed silent. That silence, that was my last gift to them. Because when I woke up in the hospital, I realized something. They hadn't just cracked a bottle over my head, they'd shattered the last thread tying me to them. It hadn't always been this way. I used to believe in family loyalty. I used to believe that blood mattered. I was the quiet one, the one who worked in silence while my brother chased chaos and my parents cleaned up after him. They called him brilliant while he burned through their money, through mine, through anyone's who trusted him. Me? I was the responsible one, the one who never caused trouble, the one they could call at midnight to wire money, to cover bail, to fix what he broke. But responsibility, in their eyes, was just another word for servitude. The condo was my breaking point. I bought it with years of sleepless nights, building a company from nothing. $680,000. Every brick, every window, every polished floorboard represented sacrifice they never saw. When I refused to sign it over to him, the room turned on me. The word ungrateful sliced through the air like a blade. And then the bottle came down. Ungrateful. Ungrateful for what? For raising myself? For financing their lives while they spat on mine? The doctors told me I was lucky, no permanent brain damage, just stitches, bruises, and a concussion. But luck had nothing to do with what came next. I didn't go home. I didn't call them. I sat in the hospital bed and I planned. Every loan in my brother's name, I owned them through shell companies. Every gift I had funneled into my parents' accounts, traceable, reversible, taxable. Every business venture they relied on me for, built on foundations they didn't understand, and I held the keys. They thought I was just the quiet one, the giver, the invisible lifeline. But invisibility has its advantages. It lets you move without being seen. When I was discharged, I didn't storm into their house. I didn't scream or demand apologies. That would have been too small, too easy. Instead, I pulled strings. I froze accounts. I called in debts. One by one, their safety nets snapped. My brother's car was repossessed in front of his friends. His credit cards declined at bars he used to flaunt in. He called me sobbing, pretending at brotherhood. I didn't answer. My parents' mortgage payments doubled overnight. The donations that made them look generous in church disappeared. The lifestyle they paraded collapsed into overdue notices and locked doors. And I watched from a distance, calm, deliberate. The climax came faster than I thought. 2 weeks after I got out of the hospital, my father showed up at my office, red-faced, trembling. "You can't do this to us," he hissed. "You're our child." I leaned back in my chair, my scar still tender, a reminder pulsing beneath my skin. "Child?" I said softly. "Children aren't meant to be sacrifices." He slammed his fists on the desk. He begged, then threatened, then begged again. And I just listened, silent, calm, until finally I leaned forward and gave him the only words I had left for him. "You taught me what ungrateful means. Now you get to live it." I pressed the button. Security escorted him out. Revenge isn't loud. It doesn't need fire or screaming or broken bottles. Revenge is silence. Revenge is absence. Revenge is watching those who called you ungrateful choke on their own entitlement. I never raised a hand against them. I never shouted. I just stepped back. And without me, they drowned. The last I heard, they sold the house. My brother sleeps on couches. My parents whisper about betrayal to anyone who'll listen. But me? I wake up in peace. I walk through the condo they once tried to take from me. Every corner of it reminds me not of them, but of survival. They thought they took everything from me with that bottle, but all they did was free me. And in losing me, they lost everything else. I'm not ungrateful. I'm just done.